Hi Sag, thanks for joining me for your year ahead 2018 Taroscope reading. I'm providing some astrological data for each month as well as drawing a card for each month of the year. And I'm incorporating an angel card for the reading summation and also a 2018 animal totem card for you. And this is a spread I will provide for you. If you're interested in booking your own personal reading, please select a 60 or a 90-minute reading length and submit on your appointment request form that you'd like this method used for the year ahead reading. Sag, here are your cards. January, Page of Cups. February, Seven of Swords. March, Knight of Cups. April, Death reversed. May, Three of Wands reversed. And June, Nine of Coins. Let's do the second half of the year for Sag. So this one flew out, so I kept it. July, August, September, October, November, and your solar return, December. Okay, Sag, we enter the year. January is eclipse season again. And we start with the Page of Cups. On the 1st of January, we have our full moon at 11 degrees of Cancer in water, in your 8th house of intimacy and sex and shared resources. And Sagittarius is going through closure in this emotional area at the top day of the top of the year. The Page of Cups is an invitation or a message or a younger sign water, a younger water sign person, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. There could be a delivery of a message at the start of the month for you. We also have our full moon total lunar eclipse at 11 degrees of Leo in the 9th house of what is at a distance to you. This could bring in a message from someone from afar, or you could be having closure in a form of study or higher learning. Maybe closing the door on an old way of thinking in the 9th house. The Page of Cups, though, is a messenger card, and that chalice is an invitation to Sagittarius and Sagittarius rising. Please feel free to watch all 3 of those signs for a full dose of your cosmos. The Page of Cups, it indicates a younger child too, maybe your children, or developing emotional understanding of your children. It's a new beginning. It could be a birth or an opportunity in general. Leading into February, where we have the Seven of Swords. February is no exception when it comes to eclipse months, because on the 15th we have our new moon solar eclipse at 27 degrees of Aquarius in your 3rd house of communications, which are what the swords govern in the tarot. And the 7 is a harsher card, so the eclipse is bringing in some tone of expression for Sagittarius. And the 7 means coping, maybe coping with authority or what feels harsh and restrictive. It's partial success card because he's taking with him 5 swords. He has 7 to take, but he can only carry so much. So you are eclipsing out 2 people and or things or modes of thinking, old ways of thinking, and you're only bringing what is necessary with you. That could be a metaphor. It could be very literal. It could be that you are only bringing your children with you as you leave a harsher situation. It could be that you are only saying what is necessary and not saying everything. I think that you are turning your back on something, Sag. There's closure at the top of the year for us all, but you are closing the door on either an intimate relationship or a sexual experience, or who you're sharing money with, or maybe you're closing the door on your responsibilities when it comes to your children, which I hope not. But some of you might need to really think about what it is you're bringing with you at this time. Heading into March, where you have the Knight of Cups. March is our retrograde month, or it starts it. And on the 8th of March, Jupiter retrogrades in Scorpio in your 12th house of water, Scorpio, psychic ability. You're very intuitive in March, Sag. And that also happens when Mercury retrogrades on March 22nd in Aries in your 5th house of romance. There could be another invitation. Could be another water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but this could also be a symbol of you extending this opportunity of intimacy to someone else. You see how their backs are to each other? It's like you're taking another chance of intimacy with someone else is what I'm getting. You could be heading towards a Scorpio because the Death card is the sign of Scorpio in the Tarot, but not all of you will be going through the same experience. Now, with these retrogrades, Mercury always brings up something from the past that's either unresolved or something that you have an emotional connection to. And maybe you're the one doing the reaching out. If someone isn't getting a hold of you, maybe you're getting a hold of someone else. Heading into April, we have retrogrades galore at the top of April, from the 1st through the whole month, but definitely until the 15th. Mercury is retrograde until the 15th of April in your 6th house of health and work. And you feel like you can't get ahead in the first 2 months of April. I understand. You can't push through every week of every month. So you're needing some reprieve the first 2 weeks of April prior to tax day. And then you have the new moon at 26 degrees on the 15th in the 5th house of romance. There could be a replenishment that happens for you in the 2nd half of April. Death reverse means you've put it, the Death card itself is putting an end to something and change. It's the card of redemption and regeneration. And when death is reversed, it's stagnation, and there could be some inertia here. You're moving moving uphill a little bit, and you don't want to push too much in the first 2 weeks of April. Give it some time. On the 26th, this is interesting. Pluto, the planet of death, Pluto, is sitting on top of Mars, the planet of knives. So I feel like this combination and this fiery sun or planet behind him, this could be on the 26th of April in this month. Mars is sitting on top of Pluto at an exact 21-degree conjunction in Capricorn, conjunct Saturn. And this is restrictive energy in your 2nd house of resources and security and insecurity and self-worth. So April is a trepidatious month, and this is a very aggressive month with Mars on top of Pluto. And there could be some earthly and environmental upheavals in April, volcanic eruptions, earthquake energy. And it's a month to watch tone and harsh energies with those planets in play. And watch how you are perceiving yourself, because the 2nd house has a lot to do with inner reflection as well. And you could be your own harshest critic, so just tread lightly in April. Heading into May, with the 3 of Wands reversed, fire, Mars is heading into the 3rd house of communication for you, which is literally this energy right here. 3 of fire reversed, Mars in the 3rd house from the 15th of May all the way through November 16th. So giving stamina and energy to your expression sector, to communication. Watch your delivery, your tone, especially. That's a message for the whole year for you. But with Mars in your communication sector for 5 months, you really want to watch how you're expressing yourself. You could have a lot of rage and road rage or anger and unrepressed or repressed and uninhibited energy effective May. So watch that. Heading into June, I love this. June is the month that shines for you. I love this month too, as well as I love January and March and June. On June 26th, Mars retrogrades in this communication sector, but that has nothing to do with impeding your wealth. The 9 of Coins is relaxed money. It's earnings that you've deserved, and you have an over-exuberant amount. You have an exuberant amount, an overabundance in your monetary sector. And the 9 of Coins is graceful energy, gratitude, gracious energy. She's content with her financial success in the 9 of Coins. This is outward accomplishment, and there's no denying it here. Heading into July, the Lover's card, card of Gemini. Also major arcana to start the second half of the year with power. August, King of Coins, going up in your money. September, 2 of Swords reversed. October, 10 of Coins, love it. November, 5 of Coins. And December, the Fool, solar return time between these 2 cards, November, December. You're ready to start over by the end of the year. And ending on major arcana is just as important as if you're starting on it. And look at that. From June to December, you're ensconced. Your bookends are the major arcana cards. Now, this is eclipse month again, Sag. The Lovers is your polar opposite sign of Gemini. And on the 12th of July, we have our new moon partial solar eclipse at 20 degrees of Cancer in your 8th house of sex and intimacy. And that certainly looks like that's what's happening here. So June is your, I wanted to say June is your juicy month of what is taboo, and it's bringing in new energy, and you could be very feisty and physical and sexual and have a new interest, a new partner. But that's also the month. July is our retrograde month. On the 26th, Mercury retrogrades at 23 degrees of Leo in the 9th house of what is foreign to you again. But this retrograde trines you. It brings harmonious energy into this card of the Lovers is what I'm getting. And you might have an overwhelming amount of lust and attraction for someone. The Lover's card is the end of isolation for Sagittarius. The Lover's card is formating a bond based on love and attraction and sex. So Mercury's retrograding, bringing in people from the past, maybe a Gemini. Then on the 27th of July, we have our full moon total lunar eclipse at 4 degrees of Aquarius in the 3rd house of communications that's being worked on up here. Maybe you're expressing your love for this person in this eclipse period, in the Mercury retrograde. What has Sag been thinking about? Do you have someone in mind? Bringing forward the month of August. You are at your highest earnings potential now. You increase. You could also be calling in an earth sign male, a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. Again, we're in eclipse season. The final eclipse on August 11th, the new moon partial solar eclipse at 18 degrees of Leo in the 9th house. Belief systems, a new way of earning, a new potential, a new life path. This is a powerful earning month for Sagittarius. Mercury goes direct on August 19th at that 11 degree mark of Leo in the 9th house again. Travel is great for Sag from August 19th forward in that month. I'm getting prominent vacation energy and spending a little bit on yourself. Moving into September, there's a decision that needs to be made, Sag, and maybe even a commitment. You might not want to conform like everybody else with the family. The role of family man is what I'm hearing. You are doing a lot of internal analysis with the Two of Swords reversed. There could be even some scheming around you, and maybe Sag hasn't been loyal. Maybe Sag took a lover, and now you're turning into the family man. There's something that's required of you now, commitment. Maybe you had your juicy playtime, and it's time to get serious in September. That's not the word that Sag likes to hear, serious. But there is a decision required of you. Maybe you don't want to commit. Maybe you turn your back on family or the position of family man. Just the idea of conforming is what I'm hearing. There's a rebel in you. There's a rebel in Sagittarius. And some of you need to say what you meant and mean what you said. Mean what you said is what I'm hearing. Going into October, on the 5th, Venus retrogrades at 10 degrees of Scorpio in the 12th house of intuition, and you are concerned with your family, your inheritance, your family's money, bringing closure. Through Halloween, Venus is retrograde, and Venus brings in money. Venus is the planet of money and attraction. And this is a card of wanting to connect with family and looking at your property and having your inheritance and your settlement in order. Being at home and being the provider and conforming. So something's going on here. Do you want to be free and have all the sex you want, or do you want to be the responsible individual that you said you would be? Something in this says, do what you said you would do. You might go back to the family after you have an experience here. Not all of you. This is not a reading for every single person. Take from this what resonates and move forward. But this is an earning card, strong money card. Again, your money is moving up. And then you get your insecurity on again here in November, but it's understandable because this is coming from a place of lack. But here we have a retrograde again. November 16th, Mercury retrogrades at 13 degrees in your first house of Sagittarius through December 6th. So just for your solar return, Mercury's going to retrograde and cause some insecurity for you in your earnings, in your self-worth sector. Don't let it trip you out because you have what you need. This is just a little bit of a Mercury mental review, and you're assessing yourself, your worth, and what you are worth, heading into December as you hit restart. I think some of you had an experience with an old love or a taste of love, and then you decided to go back to what you committed to, and then you might actually go again. The Fool is a reset button. It's also ending the reading on a major arcana card. The Fool takes a risk. He packs light. He takes his dog with him. See the dog nipping at his feet? Sag, you might be heading out in a new direction in December. And on the 22nd, bringing complete closure to your year, we have the full moon at 0 degrees of Cancer in your 8th house in sex and intimacy. This is the full moon of Cancer here that started the reading. And then you close the reading in the same full moon energy. Maybe you got that message after all. Maybe your message takes the whole year to fully download for you after a few slip-ups or experiences. I don't think anything is a mistake. Otherwise, it wouldn't be happening to you. But the Fool is saying, you know what, go for it, take a risk. And the energy of him at 0 is the restart. You're enthusiastic and carefree. So it seems like you give up the role of conformity pretty quickly, Sag. Let me pull your angel card for the year to summarize the entire 2018. Your angel card for Sag is Shanti. I am the angel of peace. I bring you new tranquility and a smoother road ahead. Well, you could use that. Anyone could. But let's see what your animal totem card is. Smoother road ahead takes me to the Fool, because he's about to start on a road or an adventure, and I think that Sag is heading that direction as well. Your animal totem card, Sag, for the year of 2018, Mountain Lion. That's number 17, and in numerology that equates to number 8, which is a monetary year, a year of abundance. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4 coin cards very present out of 12. The mountain lion is a worthy contender. No one wants to mess with a mountain lion. And he takes his prey very seriously. Let's read just a little bit about him from my Native American medicine cards. The mountain lion could be a very difficult power totem for you to have because it places you in a position to be a target for the problems of others. You could be blamed for things going wrong or for always taking charge when others cannot. You could become the perfect justification for the insecurities of others. I mention that due to the full moon and the Mercury retrograde occurring in your first house of self. And see how he's just touching that card of insecurities that I touched upon? Don't allow November and your solar return to be the template for your entire year of 2019, because we're talking about a whole year here. So you're getting a plethora of information from me today. I want to wish you a beautiful 2018, Sag. Thanks for choosing me for your readings. Remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.